channel Brews and Reviews, and welcome to day 7 of the Because We Can Readathon. Today's creative challenge is based on the show Never Have I Ever, and for this challenge we wanted you to play the game. Make it bookish and play the game. But before we get into our version of today's creative challenge, if you're taking part in today's creative challenge, then please leave a link to your entry in the spreadsheet linked in the description below. Today is the last day of the readathon, and it is your last chance to enter any of the creative challenges throughout the week. So if you have taken part in any of them, then don't forget to leave your link before the end of today, otherwise it won't count and you won't be eligible for the giveaway. So as is becoming tradition, for the last day of each round, us 3 hosts decided to team up and film a video together. If you do want to play along with the same questions we used, we found them on a blog post and altered them slightly. The link is in the description. So please enjoy myself, Jenna from Just a Little Bit Random, and Kat from Stars and Embers, playing Never Have I Ever.
Okay, number 1. Never have I ever dropped a book on your face while reading.
Too many times.
That's why
Too many times.
To like leaning on my knees, like the book on my knees.
I dropped an ebook on my face once, which means I brained myself with a tablet.
Ouch. I think I literally, if I'm reading in bed, I'll have them like resting up against a pillow that's on my stomach and it will still fall forwards and hit me in the face. Are you even a book reader if you haven't had your face hit by a book?
Number 2. Never have I ever hid a book while reading it.
No way, I have, yeah. Because I was reading it when I shouldn't have been reading it. Not because it was like an inappropriate thing. We all know the crap I read, but I was reading it in class at school.
The only thing I did in class that I shouldn't have been doing was when we were allowed to use laptops in class, I was watching Doctor Who in my English. Because why not?
Number 3, never have I ever lied about what I'm reading. I think so. Yeah, in terms of like, if it's a fan fiction and I'm referencing it in conversation, I will not mention that it is a fan fiction to someone who doesn't read fan fiction.
I think I lied about reading pretty much any uni book I had to read when I was in tutorials. Oh yeah, I'm definitely reading this. No, not at all.
Yeah, same.
There were a lot of books that we had to read in class and most of them were boring as heck.
Great expectations. Never finished it. Wrote an essay on it. Got a B.
Nice.
Dickens can die in a hole.
I think I had to read one of the Dickens books for class in America. I definitely did not. I got maybe like a third in and went, yeah, I'm done.
But I had to read one called Hard Times, and it was Hard Times.
That's the one I had to read.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It was so bad.
I do respect him though, because he got paid by the word and he dragged that out. So
yes, he absolutely made sure he got his money's worth.
Never have I ever read 50 Shades of Grey more than once.
More than once, really?
But what happened was I read it and I got really angry. So then I like threw it away. And then I read it again because I wanted to continue with it so that I could know what happens, because I wanted to complain about it because I like to complain about books. So I ended up reading it more than once. I've actually read the second one more than once as well, which is terrible. Regret. So much regret.
I have seen the first movie. I've not read any of the books and I haven't seen the other 2 films.
I have seen all of the movies. I have not read the books. And
I remember when the first book was out, we read some of it at school in the library at lunchtime because that's the kind of friends that I had. And we made such fun of it. But the librarian came up to us at one point and was like, I don't think that's a very appropriate book. And we showed her what it was and she went, oh, I've read that. And we were like, okay.
Never have I ever DNF'd a book. Yeah, those uni books.
Oh, yes. Mostly uni books, yeah, definitely. A couple others that I've never gone back to. Some I did go back to, but mostly just uni books.
feel like I've DNF'd quite a few books because of the vast variety of trash that I read. I feel like I just have a tendency towards going like, nah, I've had enough of this now.
I feel like if you didn't DNF books though, with the amount of trash you read, you would just like curl up into a ball and never be able to read again.
Never have I ever dreamed of a book boyfriend. Men written by women? Yes.
Yeah, look. Book boyfriends are better than everyone.
I don't think we need to go into specifics on this one.
No, probably not.
Moving on. Never have I ever complained about a book turned movie. Yeah, there's been some bad ones.
Oh, there have been some shocking ones. I mean, at least they're getting made, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the upside is you get a lot more merch for like book series when films come out. It's not always good merch, but some of it is.
And sometimes you get a lot more book readers from that as well, because they see the film and they're like, this was horrible. And all the book readers defending it. No, the books are better. The books are better. Read the books. So then they read the books and go, yeah, the books were better. So I guess like the publicity kind of helps, but it would help more if the movies were good.
You just gave us the perfect segue into the next question.
Oh, okay.
Never have I ever said the book was better.
So many times.
Yeah.
So many times. I feel like I was trying to think of this the other day about whether or not there were any that I thought the movie was better. And I actually came up with one which shocked me, but mostly the book is better.
What was yours?
Mine was The Maze Runner. Only the first one, though. The first film was better purely because the book had a section that was really kind of convoluted and really confusing, whereas the film just streamlined it and made it really simple. But then the second and the third films went super downhill and they sucked. But the first one I thought was really good and actually slightly better than the book.
Never have I ever went over your book budget.
Can you go over a book budget if you don't have one?
Exactly. I've never had one.
Yeah, I can't say
we're all grown adults here.
We are in charge of our own money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never really had like a specific book budget, so I don't think I can go over it if it's not I mean, I've gone over budget before, but not a specific book budget.
Never have I ever cried while reading. Yeah.
There are too many sad books out there to not cry while reading.
Yeah.
Right, the happy ones.
Yeah, look. There are definitely moments when everyone is alive and well and it's great and you're just crying tears of joy.
Yeah, they're so happy.
I mean, they are few and far between, but they exist.
Never have I ever made someone read my favorite book. Yeah, gotta have someone to talk about it with.
So true. How many people did I force to read Akane?
You've got two here.
I'm like, I think there are two right here, so yeah. Having favorite books is only fun if you have people to share it with.
Never have I ever followed my favorite author online. Yeah, that's what you do.
Really?
He's dead.
Oh.
That's really depressing, but yeah, I was like, I haven't. No.
Oh.
Like other authors, but like
But not
depressing.
your favorite author.
Yeah, he died about 2 weeks before I actually started reading his books, so never had the chance.
That's so sad.
Is
that David Gemmell?
Yeah.
Oh.
That
was a depressing answer.
Sorry.
Okay, moving on. Never have I ever fangirled over an author. No, you seem unsure.
No, so I don't really like super like. No, wait, I don't even know why I'm unsure about that. I was thinking about like in person. I was thinking about when I met Lee Bardugo and I was like nervous, but I didn't go like, oh my god. or anything. And then I realized that I spend my entire life talking about David Gemmell online. So yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't just have to fangirl in front of authors, we can just fangirl in private.
Yeah. Never have I ever waited up for a book to hit my Kindle. I don't have a Kindle.
I don't have a Kindle.
I have a Kindle, but I don't think I've ever been so excited for a book. I feel like if I was that excited for a book, I would go and buy it in physical form.
I've definitely heard of people who have ordered the book in physical form, but have been so super excited for it that they wait until midnight for it to drop on Kindle so they can read it and then they go pick it up.
Mm.
I've heard of people doing this, definitely, but I'm not one of those people.
Yeah. Never have I ever pulled out a book at a party.
I'm sure you were hoping that you weren't the only one there.
Listen, I have taken my book to actual birthday parties for small children and adults and, you know, any type of party, really. I once took a book to a karaoke night at a pub and read Shakespeare while everyone else was like...
For 1 second there, I thought you were going to say at a concert, and then I was going to be like, no, you didn't become that girl, did you?
No, I don't think I've ever done that.
Sounds like Kat. We have limits here.
You pay enough money to go to a concert, you best be watching the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Never have I ever gone to a book signing. Many. I live in Melbourne.
So many.
2 years ago.
Well, I've been to one book signing.
There's like nothing around me. It's really weird. I live like an hour away from any sort of city where book signings happen, so I just don't even... Well, all my answers are really depressing.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Never have I ever joined a book club. Yeah. Anna and I were part of the same book club at one point.
That book club doesn't exist anymore, and I'm very sad.
It's because the bookstore doesn't exist anymore.
The bookstore technically exists, it's just not in the same spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, you haven't joined a book club? Not even like an online one?
It turns out I'm really bad at organized reading. Like, I can do like a couple of people in a buddy read, but like...
No.
If I'm not interested in the book, then I'm really going to struggle and it's going to put me in a reading slump, so I just have never risked it.
I pretty much didn't read a single book in that book club I was part of, but I was part of the club.
And I just read the ones that I already planned on buying.
Pretty much, yeah. You don't have to read them. You just aren't much help in the discussion. It was more about the social thing and seeing all my bookish friends, though.
Never have I ever laughed out loud at a book. Yeah. If it's funny.
So many times. I'm concerned about people who haven't.
Never have I ever gotten an arc. That happens.
Professional book people.
Yeah.
Arcs were fun. I miss arcs. They don't really exist anymore.
Yeah.
At least physical ones don't.
Yeah. It's more e-arcs these days. Never have I ever missed a meal so I could read. Probably. Yep.
Eating is very important.
Reading.
I would read while I eat. Not missing my meal, but I'm still reading. Eating is important. Don't miss meals.
Good.
Yes, Mom.
Never have I ever waited in your car to read. I don't have a car.
So like gotten somewhere early just so you could read?
Maybe.
Definitely done that. I've definitely left early so I would have time to read.
I used to do it all the time before work.
Or when I was, like if I was waiting to pick someone up, I would read.
Never have I ever listened to an audiobook. Yeah.
Not often, but I have done it.
Same. I can't focus on them, but there's a couple.
I can only do rereads of audiobooks.
I'm 3.5 speed, banging them out.
Yeah, I can't take that in.
Never have I ever messaged an author online. Yeah.
What? I'm a lunatic. I keep forgetting what online platforms that I'm on and what that means. Brain.
Yeah, I've definitely had many online conversations with authors. So it was a good time.
Yeah. Never have I ever taken a selfie with an author. I'm going to say yes because I've taken photos with authors. I don't think I've ever taken a selfie with one.
I have taken actual selfies with authors before.
I've taken a photo with one, but not actually anything else.
Yeah, I'm going to add on a little bit to this next one as well because I want to expand the question a little bit.
Cool.
Never have I ever met a book model or a book trailer actor.
You wanted to expand on that just because you've done it, haven't you?
So the guy who plays Adrian Avishkov in the Australian Bloodlines book trailers, I've met him a couple of times because he was at some Vampire Academy events.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not even a little bit surprised that it's Vampire Academy related.
I just wanted to flex that I've met Adrian Avishkov. Oh, this leads in from the thing I was just saying. Never have I ever traveled for a book event. Yeah, the first time I came to Melbourne was for a Vampire Academy movie watch, and the guy who played Adrian was there.
I love that. There were a couple of times I flew to Sydney for book launches, which was a lot of fun.
I just drove an hour. So
You still traveled, it counts.
I went down the motorway, it still counts.
I feel like me and Jenna going to a different state for a book event though would like have you leave, like the same distance would have you leaving your country. So
yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah, pretty much. That would count as traveling for a book launch.
Never have I ever watched Passionflix.
I don't know what that is.
So it is a streaming platform that only has like romance on it, and they've adapted a lot of romance novels. There was one that I was really intrigued by that I wanted to watch, and I can't even remember a thing about it now. But I got it. I had it for about 2 weeks because in Australia we could only get their original content, not the rest of the content that was on it. So there was like 5 things on it because I couldn't access the rest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Never have I ever swooned over a book character. I mean, men written by women.
Women written by women.
Swooning. Yeah, look, much swooning has occurred.
Yeah.
I can't help it. Some of these characters are just so...
Never have I ever wished to live in a book. Yeah. Why would I want to live here if I could live in a book?
Truth. So true.
I would definitely die if I was in any of the books I wanted to go in, but I still want to be there.
Look, yeah. That's accurate.
Never have I ever smelled a new book. There's just something about books.
They just smell really nice.
Never have I ever wanted to live at a library. Not at a library. I would like to have a library.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, I don't want other people coming into my house.
Yeah, no. I don't want to live in a library because the books are... Anyone else notice a lot of library books are sticky?
Yeah. I haven't gone to the library in a long time.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, when I went to... The last time I went to the library and I was looking at some YA books, some of them were sticky and I was like... No, I'm good, thanks.
No, sticky fingers should not be allowed to touch books. No, thank you.
Yeah. Well, never have I ever hated a character in a book. You gotta hate a lot of villains.
Yeah, mostly just villains. Because
I hate a lot of annoying characters. There are some characters that I'm just like, why do you exist?
They're sometimes worse than the villains because it's like, at least the villain has a point. You have no point.
Never have I ever threatened to go misery on an author. And there is an explanation here because I have no idea what that was. It is apparently a piece of media about a woman who kidnaps her favorite author and threatens him into continuing a series that he has intended to cancel and reviving the lead character that he has killed off.
It's the Stephen King novel.
Sorry,
Misery's the Stephen King novel. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I haven't.
No.
I'm very sad about it when a character dies, but I'm not a psychopath, so.
Yeah, and that book was messed. She did some messed up stuff in that book. So I can confidently say no, I've never wanted to do that.
Yeah, I've wanted to yell at them, but not further than that. Okay, and this is the last one on the list. Never have I ever hugged or kissed a book.
So many times.
Right now.
I feel like I've never kissed a book, but I've definitely hugged a book.
Clearly you haven't seen some of my YouTube videos. I have definitely kissed books before.
I feel like that game ended up being more of a have I ever than a never have I ever, but still, it was fun. We had a great time doing it, and I really hope you guys have enjoyed taking part in this readathon and all of the creative challenges. Don't forget that you have until the end of the day today in your time zone to get your entries in for any creative challenges you took part in throughout the week. We've had such a fun time hosting this readathon throughout the week and talking to you guys and just having a fun time with the community. So if you enjoyed this readathon, then leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought of it. Let us know if you have any ideas or requests for the next round of the readathon, because we will be back next year. And keep your eyes peeled on our socials to find out the winners of the giveaway.